All right, let's just dive right in. Today, we are breaking down the wild, emotional roller coaster of a relationship that gets pushed right to the edge by secrets, jealousy, and, well, a single tiny word. We're going to really dissect this story piece by piece and see how all the drama goes down. And it all starts right here with this one word. It's whispered by a child, totally innocent, but it becomes the spark that literally ignites this massive fire. It just freezes a casual game night in its tracks and sets up this huge collision between passion and responsibility.
So, at its heart, this whole story is really a battle raging inside our main character, Jaru. On one side, you've got his relationship with Yaya, the fox princess. That's all about innocence, about duty, and on the other side, his connection with Zaki, which is just pure, raw desire. And he is caught smack in the middle of these two incredibly powerful, competing forces.
Okay, so let's start at the very beginning, just to set the stage. This is where we meet all our key players and, more importantly, witness the exact moment that everything changes.
So here's our lineup. You've got Jaru, he's the guy at the center of this whole mess. Then there's Yaya, the innocent fox princess who sees him as this father figure. Zaji is the newcomer, she's the object of his desire, and she brings the tension from the second she walks in. And finally, you have Suro, the loyal friend who's kind of watching from the sidelines, seeing everything and just trying to hold it all together. So here's how it all kicks off. It's game night. Jaru, Suro, Yaya, they're all on the couch, everything's cool, everything's normal. Then Zaki shows up. And Yaya, who doesn't know her, just buries her face in Jaru's hoodie and whispers that one fateful word, "Daddy?" And boom, the controllers clatter to the floor, the game stops, the entire atmosphere just shifts. That casual vibe, yeah, it's officially dead. And this, of course, brings us to the rising action. This is where all that tension from that one little moment starts to really escalate through a bunch of secret meetings and, let's just say, questionable decisions.
So Jaru and Zaki sneak away from the living room into the hallway. The whole scene shifts, It's dim lighting, hushed tones. They've gone from the public game night into this private, supercharged space. A linen closet, of all places.
Now, you gotta pay close attention to the words Jachi uses here. She confronts him straight up, asking if Yaya is his new doll's Jawa. Now, in the story's context, that seems to mean something like a protected companion or a ward. Her suspicion is immediate, and her jealousy, you can feel it. She doesn't see a child. Nope, she sees a rival. And here is the twist. After Jaru basically confirms his feelings for Zaki, she throws that word right back at him. Yes, daddy. She totally reclaims the term, right? She transforms it from this symbol of her jealousy into this intimate, powerful expression of her own desire. Wow, it's a complex and really powerful move. So from that closet confession, things just escalate fast. There's the promise of a so-called punishment. Then there's this reckless motorcycle ride to a secluded waterfront, and ultimately, they consummate their affair in Jiru's apartment. All while poor Yaya is just downstairs with Suro. And all the while, Suro, our observant friend, he's starting to put the pieces together. He connects the smell of lavender from the closet to all the tension in the room. He knows something's up. All this secrecy and rising tension can only lead to one place, right? The climax. And this is the moment that private conflict just explodes into a very, very public confrontation. I mean, this setting is just perfect. A loud, chaotic gaming tournament. It's the ultimate public stage, just filled with noise and flashing lights, and it creates this perfect stark contrast for the intensely personal drama that is about to go down. And this is the breaking point. As Jaru just freezes, totally distracted by the drama unfolding, the screen behind him literally flashes, "Game over." You couldn't write a better metaphor. The game he was playing, with Zaki, with Yaya, with his own responsibilities, it has just come to a spectacular crashing halt. Okay, so let's break this chaotic moment down step by step. Zaki shows up, unannounced, soaking wet from the rain. Suro immediately goes on defense, telling her to get out. But Jaru just freezes. He completely abandons the tournament. And right in the middle of all this noise, Yaya whispers that one word again, "Daddy," reminding everyone of the innocence that's at stake here. Jaru's only move is to drag Zaki outside, pulling their private war right out into the public storm. So after an explosion like that, you always have the fallout. Let's take a look at the falling action. The immediate, messy, emotional aftermath of that public scene.
So now we're outside Jockey's apartment. It's pouring rain, and Jura makes this absolutely desperate plea. He's shouting, he's trying to hold on to whatever they have, promising he'll never leave. This is not the cool, collected gamer we met at the beginning. This is someone who realizes he's about to lose something he wants badly.
But Zaki's response is just ice cold and so resolute. No words, just one action. She turns off the light. It's a total, definitive rejection. And Drew's decision to stay there, to actually endure the storm all night long, it just shows you how deep this rift has become and just how far he's willing to go to even try to fix it.
So after the storm, both the literal one and the emotional one, we get to the resolution. But as we're about to see, this fragile piece, this moment of morning softness, it might not be the clean, happy ending we might expect.
The way they make up is this really deliberate, almost tender process. And it's all started by Jockey. She finds him outside, she brings him food, she reestablishes that physical intimacy by crawling right into his lap and waking him up gently. And he responds. He accepts it. And just for a moment, it really does seem like the conflict is actually over.
But hang on, let's look a little closer at the words they actually use. Zashit takes all the blame. She calls herself a diva. And Jaru, when he forgives her, he just kind of dismisses her feelings as simple jealousy, even calls her baby cakes. So he accepts her apology, sure, but does he really acknowledge the root cause of her anger, which was his actions? It really makes you question the power dynamic here.
So, what does this all really mean? Well, they get the resolution, they get that moment of morning softness that kind of patches things up, but the core issues, Jaru's divided life, Shoki's jealousy, all the secrets, they are still simmering right under the surface. It feels less like a permanent peace and a lot more like a temporary truce.
And that leaves us with this one last thought to chew on. Is this a genuine reconciliation, built on real understanding? Or have they simply hit the pause button on their conflict? The game might be over for now, but it feels like another round is pretty much inevitable. What do you think?